Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
Andraste blessed me, Mad Andraste guide me. What Andraste?
Where were you?
We didn't escape.
Everything that happens to you is weird.
You might be right.
I'm always right. And when I'm not... So,
We get to it.
that may not... The Elder One rules everything. What's left of it, anyway. Alexius...
I promise.
The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. Maker, forgive me. I failed you. I failed everyone.
I'm not back from the...
Go back in time. Then, can you make it so that
And I'll make sure Alexia...
none of this will happen? Alexius locked himself in the throne room. That is where we'll find him.
I saw you disappear into the rift.
Is that red...
The longer you're near it, eventually,
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
our vet
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
you, Alexius, serves the Elder One more.
Why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out? Well, it's nice to do something constructive for a change.
Just like old times.
Take a look around. See if there's anything we can use.
The Elder One has taken all that is his.
May she find peace at the Maker's side.
How did Trevelyan know of the sacrifice at the temple? Answer!
Never.
You will break.
I will die first. Or you will.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory.
I need...
If we can get...
And Major... I...
What happened while we were away?
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
We need to find Alexius. I'm sure he'll be in the nicer part of the castle, if there is one.
Magister needs more power for his rituals.
No!
Come forth and serve the Elder.
This is madness. Alexius can't have wanted this.
The breach! It's everywhere.
The Elder One and the Venator. They are the ones who open the breach.
Why did he do that? We could have helped him.
We will help him by making sure this never happens. He resisted that demon to the last.
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
Got to love what Alexius has done with the place.
What in Andraste's name is that? Hold on to it. I want to look at it later. Maker's breath. Where did Alexius find this? How did he even move it here?
Can we open it?
Perhaps. But it looks quite strong. How desperate and paranoid must he be? His servants must have a way through. He has to eat. Let's look around. Try to take out that junk quickly. Go for some light reading.
What happened here?
Venatory decorating at its finest.
They haven't seen us. We could take them by surprise. Andraste have mercy on your souls. No one else will.
damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Just can't find good cultists these days.
Doesn't look like the Elder One is interested in saving his followers.
I was worried I'd have to search the whole...
I knew... It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end. Please, don't hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
Hand over the amulet.
wanted to die, didn't he? All those lies he told himself. That he lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
This Alexius was too far gone.
I suppose that this is the same amulet he used. Give me an hour.
An hour?
You'll have to hurry. We'll hold the main door. Once they break through, it's all you, Nightingale.
I can't let you kill yourself.
Look at us. We're already dead. Cast your spell. Though darkness closes, I am shielded by flame.
You'll have to do better than...
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe.
You won.
It's going to be all...
Well, or not.
Grand Enchanter, imagine how surprised I was to learn you'd given Redcliffe...
King Alistair.
Especially since I'm fairly
Your Majesty.
I know what you intended. I wanted to help you. You and your followers are no longer welcome in Ferelden.
That we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
The Inquisition might be willing to take in the mages.
And what are the terms?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you.
I know you are a mage, but consider how these rebels...
I've known a lot of mages. They can be loyal friends if you let them.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's side.
We'll discuss this later.
I'll pray that the rest of the Inquisition honors your promise then.
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now. We can't fight it without you. Any chance of success requires your full support.
I'd take that offer if I were you. One way or another, you're leaving my kingdom.
We accept. I will gather my people and ready them. The breach will be closed. You...
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition...
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
Give them their freedom for now. If they prove late...
And how many lives? You were there, Seeker.
While I may not completely agree, the sole point of...
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
Closing the breach will require a lot of...
Contacts meaning smugglers?
We have legitimate lyrium supply.
And they don't need to hear of this.
Keep it under the table, and I'll do what I can.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the... Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Thank you.
Meet us there.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see the...
Then you're...
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time.
Excellent choice. But let's...
I'll begin preparations.
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
The last thing we need are
I knew you would have a proper grasp of the situation. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the Breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
You have a
It's not... Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth...
You're right, but Templars...
They are men, and all men are... So, as you will no doubt have a hand in shaping it, what future do you see?
Mages shouldn't be kept out.
A curious idea. Such twists and turns. It's something to consider.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your Illyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement. The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them. Your open support for the mages. Our agents will... If the most opposed can be identified, we may...
You're not planning assassin...
I was planning... Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
In Redcliffe, you
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history.
It was still a...
And I would do it again.
Master Harry said that without the rule, we won't be able to get blade or recruit.
Magic exists to serve man.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. One thing you saw in the future, but Red Lyrium and Ferelden, finding more of it really punches a hole in my... It took... This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it.
We can't leave a single piece...
I'm with you. I've got... You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
That's a good point. We should celebrate.
A word to Josephine, and I bet... If...
I'm pleased to hear
I
it.
met Warden Black.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of I'll just be the other side of Haven. Just in case.
You expect...
I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't...
On the contrary. I do wonder if you've considered what this support... The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to... well, be like mages back up.
What would be wrong with...
Nothing. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars. Not that this is reason to oppress us.
Have you gone to...
Not yet, no. I saw him before... He hardly does...
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
I've been to the Fade before.
Point taken. What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
So many were dead. More had...
I suggest, speaking of...
Four.
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans, and now again, a being who has...
Though you had granted them power over the very fade itself, there was no word for heaven or for earth or sea.
So, that Tavint...
I've got no problem with normal magic.
I know, right? And
Good day to you. Pass my thanks to the researchers. There was never going to be... What you did for the mages took courage. You gave them...
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him.
So, I noticed you crept back to the tent rather late last night.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate...
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate?
Several bards will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
Let us begin.
All right. The best of the mages are ready, Harold. Be certain you are prepared for the assault on the breach.
Solus confirms the heavens are scarred but calm. We've reports of lingering rifts, and many questions. Word of your heroism has spread.
We don't know what caused this.
I agree. The immediate danger is gone. For some, so is the... We must be wary.
Forces approaching!
What the... We must...
I knew it was too easy.
Get this trebuchet firing. More incoming. Keep them off the trebuchet.
That is not possible. Everyone to the gates. on! Just grabbing essentials. One die for the forge.
Move it! Move it!
Let's get people to safety!
Survivor! I think someone is over here!
Get it! Get it off! It's coming down! I knew you'd come. We're all left.
I hear a survivor!
Help me! The fire will explode the pots! Harold! What's happening? Nick, thank you. Thank you.
Another dead!
Hear that?
Come on, monsters! Thank you.
I hear a survivor!
Saved a few, time to go.
Tried to stop a Templar.
What a... Harold, our position is not good. That dragon stole back any time you might...
I've seen an archdemon. I was in the Fade, but it looked like...
I don't care what it looks like. It's got a path for that army.
The Elder One doesn't care about the village. He only wants the Herald.
If it will save these people, he can have me.
He wants to kill...
You don't like... The only thing that slowed them was the avalanche. We could turn the remaining trebuchets.
We're overrun. To hit the enemy,
We're dying, but we can decide.
The people can escape. She must have shown me. Or Andraste must have shown me so I could tell you.
If that thing is here for me...
And when the mountain falls, perhaps you will surprise it. Inquisition, follow Chancellor Roderick through the Chantry.
Herald, if you are meant for this...
They'll load the trebuchets. Keep the...
If there's one thing I know, it's how to get an asshole's attention. Coming our way.
Now!
Pretender, you toy with forces beyond your ken. No more.
Whatever you are.
Words mortals often hurl at exalt. You will kneel.
You'll...
I will not suffer even an unknowing rival.
Your arrogance blinds you. Good to know. If I'm dying... There. There. Embers. Recent.
Thank the Maker!
What would you...
We cannot simply ignore...
And who put you in charge? We need a...
Please, we must use reason. Without the infrastructure of the Inquisition, we're horrible.
I can't come from nowhere.
She didn't say...
Enough!
Well, we're agreed on...
Shh. They've been at it for hours.
They have that luxury thanks to you. Infighting may threaten as much as this Corypheus.
The only thing yelling gets us is...
They know. Our leaders struggle because of what we survivors witnessed. And now we have... The more the end... That is hard to accept, no? What we have been called to endure. What we...
If the enemy is still out there...
Shadows fall and hope has fled. Still your heart, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come.
The shepherd's lost, and his home is far. Keep to the stars, the dawn will come. The night is long,
and the path is dark.
Look to the sky,
for one day soon the dawn will come.
let your blade and raise it high. Stand your ground, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day the dawn will
Corypheus will care. The best answer.
A word. A wise woman, worth heeding. Her kind understand the moments that unify a cause. The orb Corypheus carried, the power he used against...
Corypheus used the orb to open the breach. Unlocking it must have caused the explosion that destroyed... I do not yet know how Corypheus survived. Nor am I certain how people were...
All right. What is it?
They were foci. Knowing or not, he risks our alliance. I cannot allow it.
This whole mess is confusing. I can see how elves might be an easy target.
History would agree. But there are steps we can take to prevent such a distraction. By attacking the Inquisition, Corypheus has changed it. Changed you. Scout to the north. Be their guide. There is a place that waits for a force to hold it. There is a place where the Inquisition can build, grow.
They arrive daily from every settlement in the region. Skyhold is becoming a pilgrimage. If word has reached these people, it will have... We have the walls and numbers to put up a fight here. But we now know what allowed you to stand against Corypheus. What drew him to you.
He came for this, and now it's useless to him, so he wants me dead.
The Anchor has power. Your decisions let us heal the sky. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading it. You.
I have tried to serve faithfully, to understand the book.
That is all.
You're not sure about...
There's no faith without doubt. There would be no Inquisition without you.
With fear running rampant, they need to see a mage standing for what is right. I'll defeat Corypheus standing with them, not over them.
Wherever you lead. Have our people... They have. Commander!
Inquisition! Will you fight? Will we try? You're... This is where it begins.
It began in the courtyard. This is where we turned that promise.
But what do we do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Someone out there must know.
Unless they saw him on the field.
We do have one advantage. In that strange future you experience.
Imagine the chaos her...
An army he'll bolster with a massive force of demons.
Corypheus could conquer the...
Everyone acting... She's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing. She can...
I'm always looking for new...
parading around might cause a fuss. It's... Trust me.
Well, then...
On your order.
I know one thing. If Varric has...
This is the Inquisition. A dusty old ruin filled with battered soldiers.
If you shut your mouth and opened your eyes, you'd see that the Inquisition is our one hope.
I've made some inquiries into the political... Turn your nose. The court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must...
Don't worry, Josephine.
I pray... It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
Does Celine know about the threat?
I've... Inquisitor. My scouts report no signs of danger in the pass nearby.
I will arrange patrols to ensure it stays that way. To work?
Inquisitor?
The Arcanist...
You should see...
Hello there. Well, don't just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out what you need.
walked away from too many, but this place, though, it's Inquisitor now, isn't it? That'll take some getting used to.
Everyone.
Time. You're the surprise, not him. Fam, it's good to be back at work.
Have you any thoughts of...
Shame about Adan. Didn't like Segrin. The rest of us go. You gave us the chance. Thanks for that.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
What can I do for you?
I need to know...
Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
You've given me good counsel before.
My apologies, Inquisitor. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can. What I cannot understand is how he managed... Indirectly, one assumes. He will return to his plans to throw Olay in.
You're sure that...
His deception will undo him. Some of his unique power comes from the corrupt.
I'm interested...
You continue.
Why here?
Haven is familiar.
We talked about that.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
I'm glad.
You were... You still are. I ran every test I could... Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
I would never have...
You were in no position. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
If you had run, Cassandra would have been certain...
You are likely... I told myself, one more... I watched the rift. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
For all our sakes...
Azamat, you have fractured rules of man and nature. Visiting me here, even as a mage, it should not... Wait.
This is...
That's a matter of...
They've certainly spared no expense.
It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment. Where
Who will I...
those who have done all this presumes they have survived their initial encounter.
Still more live.
You are... Justice has many tools.
Is there anyone I...
Take the throne when you're... This was a surprise. After you return, Chief Movran the Under. He feels slighted. What should we do with him? Where should he go?
You're a chieftain of the Avar.
A courtroom? Unnecessary.
Don't look at me.
Do as you've earned, Inquisitor. My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
I don't have time for idiots. Let's get this over with. Chief Movran, crimes, etc. You and your...
The formal charge. Tevinter has disowned and stripped him of his rank. You may judge the former Magister as you see fit.
I remember what would have happened to Thade.
I couldn't say. You've... Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
You swore to the mages you'd help them. I will have you uphold that promise. Fiona will take charge of you. Any knowledge...
A headsman would have been...
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope the...
You're taking over the...
Yes. She said she was needed elsewhere.
What did...
I wasn't told. Yes.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad, then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an ant. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to... Am I speaking too quickly for you? I was distracted. By my wit and charm, I have... I'm a man of many talents. What can I say? But here we are. One of those very magisters.
Why does that make...
Because the Imperial... I knew what... But no. It was us all along.
You didn't do anything. Those men did.
True. Except that one of them is up and walking around right now. No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you, either. You know that.
That's not why I'm...
I knew there was something clever about you. Men like... I ran into Fiona. Seems you have Alexius serving... There's some justice in that, after what he did to them. Maybe one day he'll realize it. Beyond... And beyond my being so charming and well...
You said...
No. Now, that's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my
I think...
That's too bad. I never
I'd like...
Probably... I digress. Anything in particular you...
Corypheus is a figure out of Tevinter.
Yes, but that was a different time. The Civil War had ended. The Magisterium was united, its armies scooping up bits of the Magisters who entered the Black City. It was a demonstration.
But who were they?
No one knows. All this happened. Today, people half believe it's all just a story.
We have evidence the story.
But not who Corypheus... That... What did they find? According to Corypheus, nothing. And only he could...
It seems strange that an entire
Strange? Why are you less The Magisterium rules. That Magisters are all mages is...
I thought the Archon...
Well, yes. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. If you're... The idea that anyone could be a mage... Technically. So that poor sods don't realize that... If you're a second-class citizen among... The upper... It's odd that outside... I'm an Altus.
I've never heard.
Upper... If you're not a mage at all, you're...
Let me...
Of course.
I'm wondering...
I think you'd be more concerned whether or... They won't, of course. At least, not officially. Secretly. Many magic... Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of...
We're not part of the Chantry.
You think that? I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
That's all I want.
Fair enough.
I should go.
Naturally.
Greetings, Inquisitor. I should thank you. The way things ended in Red... Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
You rebelled for...
I knew you, of all people. I've been... Odd where fate takes you.
You were one...
Mine is... Normally one is part of the Order until death. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first warden ever to be kicked out. Quite...
You sound
Becoming a warden, see... Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters... It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a...
You mean you began...
I put... Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again.
You're not...
Perhaps, until that time, I lead...
You believe they'll recreate...
It depends on who the... We can't go... That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. I'm not proud of our choice.
I trust...
There have been a few scuffles with your Templar.
I'll leave you. He wasn't in the mood.
It's just that I knew his father, Marek, back when...
Oh?
No, I only want...
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Their names. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked.
I keep wondering if I was afraid to lose my agents. And
You look out for your people.
is it? They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to...
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded.
Can we afford such...
We are better.
Did you need something? Oh, Justinia was such a dear friend and... I was... But there is no happily ever after. When the Divine requested my... I sacrificed so much. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't...
Don't apologize.
Thank you. Now enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
Anything I
It seems that the Orlesian army is await. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause. Others... Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
I'll leave you.
Inquisitor. Goodbye, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might... You and I did find...
Impressive view. Reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city.
You're doing everything you can to...
Does it ever get...
I'll let you... I don't envy you, Inquisitor.
Varric said that you fought
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the...
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with...
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we...
It's possible. I've got a friend in the Wardens. His name is Stroud.
Corypheus would...
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know...
Hopefully, my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate...
I'm doing this as much for myself. Corypheus is my responsibility. Inquisitor.
I heard you had family and friends.
My brother's a Grey Warden. I had my friend Aveline taken when all the Wardens started acting strangely. Isabella and I never believed in being tied down. We'll see each other again, but hopefully not too much fun.
Assume Varric's been...
Only good thing. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't... I think the exact phrase was, has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess. The Grey Wardens had him, but he could and maybe he's tied to the Blights.
Where did you go?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles...
I'd like to know more about Andy.
I don't know if there ever was. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him. Except this insane need to start a war. No one...
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost? Fertile ground, even here. This hole has everything.
Thank you for saving my life. Worship.
Inquisitor, Foundation cracks. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
The people coming know we just survived.
And they must be The mages are showing great trust in you. They need to feel safe here.
After that battle with Corypheus, how...
I can't stop dwelling on... Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire.
We lost far too...
I'm sure... Well... I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention. And I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'd be delighted if you could conjure up a marble bar.
I'll attempt to... Inquisitor, is it true? How credulous of me.
I thought the same thing.
I suppose... Does it hurt?
It looked...
If it... A situation requires your... Noble Chantry... They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal with the matter.
Let's send some ambassadors to convince...
Excellent. I believe there's... What may I do for you?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility.
Any visit?
You may see the Countess Lutetia in the halls. She's the patron of Orlay's great...
That doesn't sound...
She goes in...
Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi stir. Don't know it's worth to the fight, exactly, but it's good.
Where did you...
Couldn't stand looking at it. Who better, right? Oh, damnedest things. Stone met, Inquisitor.
Remember that war we talked about stopping? That's not a friggin' archdemon. Droste, what did I step in?
I've apparently been through a lot.
Impossible things aren't surprises.
I can't help if...
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it? It's too far, isn't it?
I just want to plug the Skyhole rubbish so I can go play.
Keep calling.
Oh, I can do that. A nice, well-paid normal. I know.
Maker, you're a mess. Are you all right, my dear? Were you hurt? You look dreadful. You bear it well. Good. Let's keep up appearances. You've handled this crisis, but the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must. You haven't failed them, my... The men and... I think you know.
So, come, let's walk. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
He's not gonna get the bet.
We lost good so. Let him come. I swear I'll take the...
I'm grateful.
It's my job, isn't it? Tell me honestly. Are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
There's so little I remember.
Does it even... They...
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
What's been going...
Seeker Cassandra came... That's just her face, though, isn't it? I mean, what? Then I signed on. Wanted... She's so lovely.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
I'm telling you, I saw.
You say you saw the champions, and I'm supposed to believe.
Our mounts have never had better.
It's good to be part of something so important.
I'm pleased that you've...
Someone told me that once.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the medal. And I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
You're here now.
I suppose.
Inquisition? Inquisition?
Heard anything worth...
Too busy to hear things.
How are your chart?
Surprisingly well. Not many could...
Are your wife...
Elena's minding the farms. Sienna's still running her... I miss them. But someone has to say...
Farewell.
Make... It was an archdemon, they say.
It was.
Send men to scout... Very good. We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was.
We were all
If well, we will not run from here, Inquisitor. Most of our people made it to... Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor. You won't have to carry the We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
I'm grateful for...
Thank you. I will do it.
If you prefer. Although the truth is somewhat... Cole warned us about Corypheus at Haven. No. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More... I should hit...
Dead.
You...
God. It's all right. She won't...
You're... If you're willing...
Her... Every moment will be agony.
You say he won't die for hours?
His boy...
He could...
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really...
Do we have...
Fewer by the day. Most... As for the rest, I try to make the passing painless. We need all the help we... Good health isn't magic, it's your work.
Did you need something?
Is there anything I should...
I'm glad to have the charges on our side, despite evidence to the contrary. What would you like to know?
I know how I spent my time in the Circle.
Typical. The last time...
Before that...
Certain rituals require... Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or... Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely. A habit often... If a mage is possessed... Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding. As Templars, we are... They were also tasked with...
You've made it clear that you can...
Any mage can be. I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. That was unworthy of me. Not that I want mages... We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from... Initiates must also memorize... I admit, I was 13 when I left home. Still, I didn't take on full response. Of course, but there were... Should you...
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything. What about me? What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense.
Oh, sir.
Well, where would I find one in alleyways, anyway? Like, that's soulless, right? Never be as good as we were. I mean, it's all fancy dress, not history.
We'll talk...
Inquisitor, huh? Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something up.
What did you want me...
Here.
Why am I dressed like this?
Evening.
Tanner,
I'm from Jada. Where?
Mira. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much. So, you ready to kill some...
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on...
What about you, Mira?
I saw what happened at Haven. I don't think the Chant of Light...
Well, Grim and... I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option. But a few faces might help.
It was good to get...
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira. You've got a good army coming along. Remember...
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
I'll keep an eye out. True enough. I'll keep an eye out.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
Hey! Enough!
You're taking his side?
I said enough!
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then, we looked for Hawk, but she was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You who kept her from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy...
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar. Even after the Conclave, when we...
She's with us now.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help.
Ha! It's...
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
I understand.
I must not think of what...
You know what I think? You people have done enough.
He spun his story for me, but I didn't, did I? I'm such a fool. But he did... You... Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Liliana is receiving reports. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly...
I will mark these, and I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate. Tell that demon. He may not meet... Spirits are not creatures to take at face value.
Do you have any...
Treat Dorian. It's possible... What if he is not?
Do you have any...
Watch the treasury carefully.
You think she's here?
Possibly not, but I would hardly...
I'd like to get...
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just...
Is there any harm?
Plenty. Mine... That's all there is to know, my lord. The short version is that I once... But Justinia I only wish she had lived to see it. And they have them. Oh, yes. My brother was all that kept me in Navarre.
Tell me about...
I would prefer not to... The tale gets bigger each time it... Rather... Yet I became the right hand.
I beg to...
Who Who could have guessed the Inquisitor would be so odd? My uncle... Thus I did not see Neva. Thus we were raised... It is odd to... Do you need something?
I have some more.
Why am I not surprised? I would...
Something on?
Are things playing out the...
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat. The praying's nice, I suppose.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he? Go.
How do you know they won't attack here?
Dark spot.
Someone emptied... Well, I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I bet Cassandra regrets how...
I appreciate that you're trying to keep... I keep... Maybe... Corypheus is back. Oh, shit. He thinks he's a magister, a priest. It makes me... They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew... Maker's breath, what have I let loose? I was the one...
Battling the demons of...
You have no idea the number of times I've almost been... I've been meaning to come to... I never officially joined the... I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
I don't need a disciple.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste?
There's no way I can be...
Sure you can. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Whatever I am to Thedas.
So, I should probably get you up for it. What can I do for you, Inquisitor? You want to talk about me? No. Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can...
What do you...
Josephine is ordering more Inquisition stationery. I think the new batch is covered in gold leaf and smoke.
How do you think Josephine is handling...
She'd fit in perfectly with the Merchants Guild. Too bad she's so tall.
What do you think...
She's pretty bored right now, and that's dangerous.
What do you think...
He's been insufferably smug lately.
Good to know.
Back to work.
Yes? Why am I not surprised?
Your worship.
Good day to you.
What did...
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be
Let's speak.
fair. How are the rescue efforts? Have they found anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
Are you all right, Leliana? Are you? I suppose not.